Today's Ask eNRG question comes from Alicia, and Alicia asks, should I count calories to keep myself on track with my daily nutrition plan? Fantastic question. Let's unpack this one a little bit. Okay, so counting calories has been around for so long, right? And, I don't know the exact history or the why behind where it really came from. I'm guessing more weight loss than anything else. But here's the thing with counting calories. Can you count calories? Absolutely. Should you? Probably not. Okay, let's go deeper into this. When you look at a food and a nutrition facts label, if that food has a label, keep this in mind. In the United States, the government allows manufacturers to be up to 20% off in their estimates for the calories for basically everything you see on the nutrition facts label. So there could be a up to 20% error on the nutrition facts labels that you are seeing on foods. Okay. Secondly, the food software programs you may be using also have error. It is very difficult, even if you're inputting your custom food, which could have error, as I just mentioned, it's very difficult to get exact numbers. In fact, I would probably go off on a limb and say it's probably impossible to have exact number of calories that you are consuming. So it kind of goes back to the should you count calories? Well, I would answer that with a question, why do you want to count calories? Like if you're wanting to count something, at least maybe you start with grams of carbohydrate, protein, and fat if you actually want to count something. Those will actually become a little bit more important if you are quantitatively tracking your food, because you can understand how the contribution of carbohydrate, protein, and fat is affecting your blood sugar. Like X amount of grams of carb, protein, or fat. Does that spike your blood sugar? Do you feel okay? Do you feel more sleepy, more fatigued? So if you're going to count, I would say no on the calories, maybe on the grams, but honestly, what I love to teach people is to get away from the numbers for their daily nutrition and try to engage more with what we call intuitive eating. Intuitive eating means not using numbers, but using food and using your brain. So you kind of have to do a little bit of work here when you eat something. So say you have, I don't know, let's say you have a breakfast burrito in the morning. Well, don't worry about counting anything. Worry about how that food actually not only makes you feel, but also how does that sit in your digestive system? What does it do for your brain? What does it do for your energy level? Do you have steady energy? Do you have spiky energy? Do you feel like you need a nap later in the day? Are you sleeping well? Are you not sleeping well? Are you exercising okay? Are you recovering okay? So those are all better markers, to be honest with you, than using calories or using grams. Now, I get it. There's a time and a place for tracking your food every so often. I do that every so often because I do a lot of daily or nutrition experiments with myself. So I like to see what happens and what doesn't happen in terms of quantitative numbers. But I wouldn't recommend doing that for more than a few days, because after that, number one, it becomes cumbersome. Number two, the inaccuracies with it will not provide that good data that you're seeking. So come back to intuitive eating, right? Teach yourself when you're hungry. Teach yourself when you're full. Teach yourself, if that breakfast burrito really upset my digestive system, then maybe that breakfast burrito isn't for me. Maybe I need to find something else. Or maybe it's the quantity of eggs or tortilla or cheese or whatever you're putting in it, right? So what we need to do in life is really focus on how food makes us feel, both from a kind of touchy-feely, but also a digestive perspective, and also looking at how food impairs or accelerates our performance and our recovery. But again, don't forget about the sleep thing too, because sometimes if you get your nutrition off a little bit, it doesn't promote good sleep or it does promote good sleep. So if you look at different markers that are outside the number crunching, that will actually help you understand your body and how your body and your brain responds to different foods. So hopefully that answered your question. Thanks for submitting it, and I can't wait to answer the next one.